All right, ladies and gentlemen, for today's video, I want to have a conversation with you guys, and I'm genuinely very interested to hear what you have to think on this topic. I'm going to present it. I'm going to present kind of a couple different sides to it, and then I want you to watch till the end and comment your thoughts down below so we can have a bit of a back and forth. I'm very interested to hear what you guys have to say. But right before we jump into the topic of today's video, a massive thank you to all the support on the channel, all of you who are subscribed to the channel. I'm going to be doing another giveaway. I've convinced my friends over at Goat Lane, the creators of the custom handmade genuine leather golf shoes that they collabed with Grant. They have another collection coming out of their premium golf shoes, and they have agreed to give away a pair as well as some other goodies to one of you. So all you have to do to win a pair of awesome handmade genuine leather golf shoes from these guys over at Goat Lane is be subscribed to the channel by next Friday. I'll announce the winner on the channel. No DMs, no bots commenting in the comments. The only way you'll find out if you win is watching this video. So don't trust any of those emails or DMs you get from all the bots every time I do a giveaway. This is the only way you'll find out. I'll mention in the video, but that's it. Just be subscribed and you can win yourself a pair of sweet kicks from my friends over at Goat Lane. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about today, obviously collaborative content in the golf world is something that has been focused on so heavily recently. We've seen it obviously within Good itself, and then since the departure of Grant and Micah, the Bob the Sports collabs, the Brian Bros collabs, whether it be collaborations with other channels, collaborations with pro golfers, this really feels like the future. And I think it's because it brings something very interesting to the content. Obviously, we all want to see our favorite creators just go out and play the game and do their own thing, but we all get very, very excited when you see a combination of multiple of your favorite creators coming together. And for those of you who are fans of the UK-based creators, Rick Shiels, Peter Finch, Andy Carter, all of these guys, you have seen this for years. You have seen them collaborating over on their channels for a long time. But this is something that recently has slowed down, at least the collaboration between Rick and other guys over there. This was something I thought that just kind of fizzled out whenever we didn't really hear much of it until recently when Peter Finch went on his main channel, but through his kind of new golf podcast as a promotional device to talk about his relationship with Rick and basically explain why they haven't been collabing. Now, I'm not going to play the clip for you in full. I'm just going to like tease it here, but I'll obviously link it down below and you can go check it out if you want to hear it, if you haven't seen it already. He brought up some interesting points in this, and he kind of explained that, like, you know, there wasn't any big necessarily falling out between the two of them, no big drama or anything like that, but you know, he was obviously at a point where they were collabing and it was mutually beneficial and he was enjoying it. But then kind of feels like since Rick has grown, which he now has over, you know, 2 million subscribers more than Peter, the incentive for Rick to collab with him just isn't there, and he's kind of moved on to bigger and better things. Those weren't his exact words, obviously, but it's kind of the gist of it. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because I feel like this could have implications for the future of golf content, and because the biggest channel right now in the golf creator space is Rick Shiels. Obviously, he has millions more subscribers than the next closest. The next closest is probably Good, and they have just over 1 million. Now, although his video views typically actually mirror something more similar to Good or a Bob Does Sports, as far as subscriber count, it just kind of puts you in a different category. And I think what's happened with him personally is that once you get put into that slightly different category, you start getting these more professionalized opportunities, aka you get to play with these tour pros, you get to have these more official collaborations and Nick Faldo type stuff. And roughly a bit of what that probably looks like is really picking and choosing your collaborations. Now, he's obviously talked about this, you know, he's talked about collaborations on the Bob Does Sports podcast and how they have to make sense. There has to be something mutually beneficial for both parties, including himself. And this was also a reason that Peter gave in his video explaining why he doesn't think that they're really collabing much anymore, is because obviously being 2 million subscribers less, there's not a lot that Peter can offer to Rick in terms of exposure, clout, clicks, all of that. But where I think this conversation gets interesting is, like, I don't love this model. And again, I'm not trying to come at Rick here and say that he's doing any of this overly intentionally. Like, this is a natural progression probably of growing a channel to that size, is it really does kind of remove you from where you were before and puts you in a new world and a new ecosystem. We're seeing it a little bit with Good with all of the opportunities they're getting to play with these professional golfers. It changes things up a little bit. It's less collaboration within the YouTube world and more outside of it. But why I push back on this slightly, again, whether it's intentional or not, is because a lot of what our interest as viewers on the platform comes from is seeing people we like on the platform collaborating with other people on the platform. Those inherently are going to be some of the most enticing and exciting videos. Take the Good and Rick Shiels collaboration, for example. Those videos have done similar numbers to his videos with professional golfers, in some cases more. Watching it back, I really feel like this particular example makes my point. Good at the time had less than 1 million subscribers. Rick was close to 2.5 million, over double the subscriber count on YouTube to Good. So if you compared those numbers, the collaboration wouldn't have made sense, but yet somehow the video is still by far the most viewed collaborative video he's done in terms of like pro golfer versus YouTuber. It's 4.6 million views in 5 months. That shows the power of people on YouTube watching their favorite creators from YouTube collab on YouTube. He is night and day bigger than every other golf channel. But as far as creating the content his audience, his YouTube audience wants to see the most, that's where I'm curious, because I genuinely wonder, is that more in these elevated pro type events, or is it collaborating with the creators they also watch and love on the platform? And this is where you guys come in. I really want to hear your thoughts on this. I think this is an interesting conversation. I think, the fact that Peter brought this up and kind of shed some light on it, but then also kind of the broader picture for what we talk about a lot on the channel, which is the collaborations between these content creators. How do you feel about all this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.